See you guys on your favorite channel. I love this game. Again we will discuss the opening of Queen Gambit Declined Part 3. This time we will see the match between Siegbert Tarrasch against Dawid Janowski. Tarrasch holds white and Janowski holds black. Tarrasch d4, d5, c4, e6, knight c3, knight f6, bishop g5, bishop e7, prepare castle, knight f3, control square e5, castle, and rook to c1. In this position Dawid Janowski decides to exchange pawn, with pawn takes pawn. Tarrasch replies e3, attacks pawn. And thematic move, c5. Bishop takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn, and white has an isolated pawn. Knight c6, suppresses pawn. Castle, queen a5, suppresses bishop, while making room for rook to suppress white's weak pawn. Bishop f4, rook d8, presses pawn, and knight to b5, protecting pawn, while threatening to attack rook. Knight e8, preventing knight attacks, while preparing to add pressure to pawn d4. Bishop e3, provides additional protection against pawn. a6, expels knight, and knight returns to c3. Knight f6, queen to e2, avoid shadowing rook, b5. Bishop b3, bishop to b7, and rook f to d1. After that knight b4, pressing pawn a, knight b5, and rook a to c8. Here a3, kicks out knight. Knight to d5. Knight takes knight. Knight takes knight, rook takes rook. Rook takes rook. Rook takes rook, queen to h5, attacks pawn f. g6. Queen f3, returns to attack pawn f, f5. And queen to g3, this time attacking pawn g, with the aim of making sacrifices to damage king's defense. Because of that king g7, protecting pawn, and h4, white started to invade king's position. Queen d8, trying to defend king's sector. If h5, then knight takes bishop, and after pawn take knight, bishop to h4, and white's attack failed. But Tarrasch has a really brilliant move, bishop h6, check. If king takes bishop, then knight f7, royal fork. Janowski saw this and decided king g8, and knight takes pawn. Of course pawn takes knight, ends with queen takes pawn, checks, and checkmate in the next move. So bishop to f6. Prevent possible checkmate. However knight f5, check. Until here Dawid Janowski decided to give up, because after king to h8, knight to f7, checkmate. That's the end of this video. I hope you like it and it is useful for you in learning chess. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the progress of our channel. Thank you.